Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are in Race Island. Now, we are at the racetrack, and usually you race around this track trying to get as much traction, as much control, so you can go as fast as possible to get the best time. Now, I was looking at it, and I was like, those are some beautiful turns. They're all on dirt, so this is perfect to build a drift car. That's the challenge for today. Let's see how we do. So I think I'm going to start off by just getting a basic car functioning going here, and we'll see how it works out. I want to get some first person going, so I'm gonna actually go for a more car styled car with actual like car things, and that means 2 seats. Both are going to be upright and engine in the back, because we know cool sports cars have engines in the back. I don't actually know if drift cars have engines in the back. Do they? Tell me down in the comments. That is a lot of engine. That's probably enough engine, and I want it to look cool. So now I know I said I was just gonna start with something that works, but like, why can't I have something that works and is cool at the same time? There is our engine. It'll go in the back. Then we need some suspension back here with tires. What tires do we want to get drifting? We could go crazy with the racing wheels. Those will slide out on the dirt like mad, but we do want some traction. You know, we'll do racing wheels. It'll give us 0 power to actually do anything other than drift. This car is all about drifting, so that doesn't really matter. I need some suspension up front. Perfect. Get steering on here, and then we need some actual traction in the front. There we go. Drift car. Oh, that drifts. I have no rear control at all. What if I only have rear power? That is crazy. There's absolutely no power behind that. I mean, we can steer because we have grip on the front tires, but that is no good. What if we have all the power straight to the front? No power in the back. Yeah, okay, but still no rear control at all. Try switching up the tires. Is there anything a little less drifting? I mean, the slim tires, maybe? I mean, that is better. What if I double up the slim tires? That'll make it more balanced, because that'll be the same width front and back. That is not the same width. Oh, those tires do not like being stacked. Well, what if I just throw some blocks in there? I feel like we almost have too much traction in the front. Alright, let's try all 4 cart wheels. Oh, that does kind of feel nice. Controllable. I do have power, so I can like actually drive. Okay, I like that feel. These tires seem a little twitchy, but you know what? We're just gonna leave it for now. Let's add a bit more car frame to this and see what we can do. So I was working on the front end of this car, and that looks alright, I guess. It's something. I think I'm going to do a bit more work with these corners, but I'm going to try something that I haven't done before, and that is making a actually clean interior. So I kind of got a curved dash, which I think should look good if I go into first person. Yeah, it's kind of like a regular passenger dash, but I'm going to need something for the front driver, which would be a steering wheel. If I'm being honest, I don't know how to make a steering wheel. I mean, this is the only wheel we have in the game. What if I pistoned it down? Not the only wheel, but the only steering wheel. And then actually, what am I talking about? We've got this right here, a rotating servo, and if I flip that, that would make a steering wheel, right? Yep, there we go. Does that qualify as a steering wheel? I don't know why it's giving me Xbox controls. I'm using a keyboard right now. That looks like a steering wheel enough for me. And there we go. We have like an actual interior. That was surprisingly simple. Don't know why I've never done that before, but you know what? I like it. Time to start working towards the rear of the car. Well, there we have it. That looks pretty sporty to me. I got a car together and it drifts, but there's a few things I need to add that make it a little more drift car-y. One of those things is I want to camber the tires. Although before I do that, I'm going to just test this car out, see how it handles. I mean, it drifts, that's for sure. Okay, we are off to the races. That is by no means a fast start, but you know what? We're not going for fast, we're going for drifting. Oh, that was clean. I almost wish I had a bit more power. Oh, oversent that turn. Yeah, I almost feel like I don't have enough power to use the full potential of the car. So, after doing that race, there's a few things that I've discovered. And number one is I don't have enough traction. I mean, it's a drift car and it drifts nicely at slow speeds, but you can't get any big drifts because you just run out of speed, you run out of power. Now, I think potentially we could add more engines, but I don't really see too much room for that. So instead, I'm going to add some thrusters in here, hopefully to give us a bit more of a boost, and then also test out different tires. Now, thrusters should be helpful because they'll give me power even if I don't have any traction, which means I should be able to hold drift a lot better. So let's give this a go before I start swapping tires out. The acceleration already feels way better. Look at that drift. Oh, nope. Crashed and burned. Oh yeah, I still don't have enough traction in the front for steering. Like, I'm turning as hard as I can there, and just nothing. And then you get a beautiful drift like that, but because you have no traction, you just can't go straight. So it looks like we're going to have to switch up tires. Now, I'm going to give it a go with these motorbike tires. Honestly, these are my favorite tires in the game because they have decent amount of traction, but also are smaller than the off-road tires, but we'll give them a go. Oh, that was some more acceleration than I assumed I had to have. Oh. That's a lot of traction. That is significantly more traction. Hey, we got a drift there. These drifts are very unrecoverable and uncontrollable, which is not good. We need a controllable drift. So, how can we adjust this? One thing I do think that drift cars have is rear wheel power. So, I'm going to try testing that out again. I'm not going to do the racetrack. Just going to see if I can get some controlled drifts going on. So, we'll start with some donuts. Can we do donuts? No. Not particularly. And our back end does not swing out. Okay, maybe we need front wheel drive. Let's turn front wheel drive on. Does that allow us to drift? Ooh, that is much more drifty. Another thing I could look at turning off is steering help on these front two hinges. And that should allow me to turn still at high speeds and hopefully do some more drifting. Maybe we'll give this a go on the racetrack. Oh man, instant spin out. So maybe that's not enough traction in the back. Yep, instant spin out. Maybe we need some power in the front and some power in the back, but more power in the front. So if I just select two of these engines and I make them all-wheel drive, that'll mean that the front tires are getting 4 engines of power while the rear ones are only getting 2. And hopefully that gives us some more control. Although it's not looking promising just by the driving right here. These front windows seem to be having issues, so I'm going to connect them. Let's see if that makes that. That looks a little bit more stable. Anyways, onto the... Okay. Well, that was a nice donut. This car can, in fact, do donuts. Maybe all-wheel drive. Maximum traction should give us good drift, something like that, right? Honestly, it's not feeling awful. I mean, the dirt by default is going to be drifty, but... Oh, I feel like I have a lot of traction now. Let's give this race another test go. We'll just skip the ready... Oh, my goodness, and instantly slide out. So that's with no power. That's just me rolling. If I give it engine boost, yikes, just spin out so heavily. So I did some top tier internet surfing and found that more grip in the front and less grip in the back is how you drift. And that's basically as far as I got. But that's not help. Maybe I need aerodynamics, something that will keep my back from swinging out all the way. So I think a spoiler. And now we need to have less grip in the back, so we don't actually want spoilers, like if we were going for speed or something. We want vertical stabilizers, which in my head does not make any sense for a drift car, but we're just gonna try it and see if it works. Get some of that crazy aerodynamic stuff going on there and see what this does to our drift. Oh my, that for some reason feels way better, way more controllable, but still drifty. Let's take this jump. Watch this. There's the drift. Oh my, that's almost exactly what we needed. Let's give this race a quick run. Oh, and straight into the front. Rewind. Let's go. Alright, so I'm going to ease off the throttle. Oh, that was not what I was going for. But hey, it wasn't as bad as it's been. That is significantly more controllable. So I think we're making improvements. Oh, yeah, that's not very good. But you know what? That's fine. Oh, that was so close. I'm going to try to add just a hint more vertical stabilization by, instead of using the plain ones, we're going to swap them out for the powered guys, which I don't actually know how much more drag, artificially enhanced drag, whatever that means. Let's see how that does for this vehicle. Oh, see, it's got like a drift. I don't know if this is this probably happens in real life, but it sways out and then it wants to kick back the other way so harshly. That corner was nice. That corner was not. Oh, that was almost perfect. Oh, part of me feels maybe it's just a skill issue. Like, it does drift nicely. I just don't know how to save it. Yeah, I think it's the transfer from dirt to pavement. Maybe I need insane amount of vertical drag in the back, which makes no sense in my head because we are making a drifter here. You'd want the back to be able to slip out, but maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe the back is only supposed to slip out under load. Yeah, that is not drifting. So oh, that does qualify as a drift though. That does not. So I think we need some point in between this and the small ones, which potentially could be these big ones, the big unpowered tail fins. Let's see how this does. That is drifty, but not controllable yet. Let's test it once more. So we're going hard drift, or let off the throttle so we can keep going. Continue driving. And fishtail. How do you stop the fishtailing? It almost feels natural in my head. Like, of course it fishtails, but I just have no idea on how to stop it. I must admit, it does feel better, but it doesn't look as cool. So, time to revert back to the powered mini tail fins. It wasn't feeling amazingly better, but there's one more thing I want to do aesthetically before we get anywhere else. I don't know what this is called in cars, but we're gonna camber the tires so that they go in a little bit and hopefully look cool. So we'll probably set this to Q and E, and that way we can adjust the amount of camber we want. And now, ooh, we need the one side to be rotated around. There we go. Now we can slap the car right on the ground. Make it a little slammed, you know? Question is, does that help with drifting? The inverted cam seems to. The way the front tires are attached, it does not like it. What if I put the steering and the camber in reverse spots? Does not seem to like that either. That is even worse. Okay, let's undo that. So we camber the tires a little bit, and we have no steering. It is hard to drive. We need a little less camber. A little less? The camber seems to add stability, which is unfortunate because it looks cool. I guess it's just gonna have to be the other way. What if we do negative camber? I mean, that helps with getting lift. Whoa, what is going on? Why is that helping? Let's quickly do some donuts, which I cannot do. Flip these up, and I can do donuts easily. Okay, apparently a little bit of negative camber is all you need to do some drifting. I guess puts the pressure on the outside of the tire, which would make it less stable. Nice drift around that corner. That was a drift and controllable at the same time, despite the fact that I have no skill. That feels significantly more recoverable now. Oh, look at that drift. It drifts just enough without completely destroying itself. I think we have a finished build here, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing it needs now is a paint job. Well, guys, here we have it. The drift car. Wait. Well, guys, here we have it. The stanced drift car that doesn't drift. Yeah, no, you need to switch it to a much cooler inverted stance for it to drift, but it does in fact work. Let's take it for a hot ride right here. Guys, I figured it out. I went to bed, I woke up in the morning, and I came back and I looked at it and I realized exactly what this car needs. Now, it needed to get rid of the camber because it was just not helping. The hinges on hinges is just not gonna. Anyways, what it needed was a little bit of a rear aero that was active. So this will push the butt out again a little bit and then give it straight traction for when it's driving down the straights. Anyways, it works now and it's beautiful. Well guys, there we have it, a complete drift car that drifts without helicopter steering, has interior, which I completely forgot about until just now. And so, if you did enjoy this video, why not consider hitting that like button, subscribing, and maybe just turning on the notifications. If you want to learn more about our community, why not join the Discord, or check out the merch down below. Anyways, till next time, see ya!